If there's one thing you can say about me, it's that I'm incredibly indecisive. I've quit Dead by Daylight twice in the year and a half I've been making content for it. I say quit. The first time I made it very clear I was only taking a break to try other stuff, and the second time I actually said I was quitting, only to come back 3 months later. You can't take the NB bald comedian out of the Dead by Daylight, but you can't put the genie back in the shitty collision, or however that saying goes. The point is, I have experience in the world of quitting Deceased by Daybreak. The first time I took a break from the game, it was the result of, and let's be reasonable about this, a massive skill issue on my part. The game felt bad to play as I had hit a wall where I was losing more than winning. I was getting out-looped by anyone with even a single brain cell, and I was feeling the heat of losing games in the 5 minutes. I was sad and not having fun, and I needed some time. After coming back to the game, I started making content every day, and eventually I ended up in a point where DBD was turning me into a person I didn't want to be. I was finding myself becoming extremely toxic, raging at basic shit like flashlight saves, emotes at windows, and entity knows what else. I remember the exact event as well. I had speared someone as Slinger, and I was already on probably the worst losing streak of my DBD career. This Ash, doing what was needed to save his teammate, blinded me while I had the person speared to try and avoid me hitting them. I fucking lost it. I went ballistic. I rage DC'd, punched my desk, ended stream, screamed myself hoarse, and cursed and threw a tantrum worthy of a fucking 14-year-old who just got rejected by the girl in his math class. Needless to say, that behavior out of me opened up a kind of third eye on me. Why would I play a game that caused that kind of reaction out of me? And the promise I made of myself upon coming back to the game was if I was ever getting close to that level of unguarded rage again, I would simply and silently not play until I either calmed down or never again. And none of you would even know until I started posting other content. I say all this so that you can have context to my opinions on the recent epidemic of content creators either leaving DBD or taking an extended break. One thing I want to say is that we need to stop being disingenuous about this situation. There are some pretty big names quitting DBD, but acting like there is this mass exodus where every huge creator who built their career off of this game is suddenly leaving is ridiculous, especially because some of them quit ages ago. A good example of this is Dowsy and Sergeant Fidget, who both left the game last year, and yet they are, for some reason, included in the conversation around Slushy's leaving, and, as of recently, Hydro leaving the Fog Whisperer program and possibly DBD for good. With that in mind, I watched both Slushy and Hydro's videos, and I listened intently to the points made. I have also watched videos like JRM's DBD Has a Big Problem, where he discusses some of his grievances with the game. I have a pretty well-rounded knowledge of all the issues people have, and why some of them are leaving. And the points are pretty fair. MMR not being determined in a way that actually matters, behavior not taking advantage of the Fog Whisperers, a general slowness to addressing bugs, exploits, and problematic perk/perk combos, a slew of technical issues, and a general burnout of the game. And that's all pretty fair. But you know what? This kind of thing happens all the time. Content creators are just like any other person. They get tired or bored. They move on to new things constantly. There's a sort of rotation in content creation, no matter the genre, where older titans of the niche go on to do other things and new creators take their place. It's an important part of the space, as new voices, perspectives, content types, and faces come in to replace the old. That's not to say I think it's a good thing that these creators are quitting. With Hydro especially, I am hoping behavior wakes up from whatever daze they are in and realizes how much his decision to leave the Fog Whisperers due to him feeling like him being one isn't worth it is a huge shakeup to the community. Suddenly points people have never thought of are being brought up. Why is it a fucking campaign just to get Twitch shirts? Why don't changes come into the game get run by Fog Whisperers first? Why aren't Fog Whisperers a voice for the community? There's things like MMR problem, where MMR is based off of the most basic and nonsensical shit. You have an emblem system. Use it to determine MMR. Enough of this, oh, you escaped even though all you did was play with your dick in the far corner of Nostromo? Good job, Tiny Tim. Here's higher lobbies for you. Oh, I'm sorry, John Wick. I know you looped the killer for 5 gens, saved 5 people, toppled a dictatorship, and built a monument to your achievements out of the bones of your enemies, but the killer did down you at the exit gate and hook you, so unfortunately, you now will be playing with babies who just installed the game yesterday. It's simple, nonsensical, and creates a bigger divide in the fun for your player base. I'm a big advocate for MMR and SBMM, but I only want them in the game when they fucking work properly. All this to say, I understand the various frustrations of creators, but I also want people to stop doomsaying. Ots Darva could quit this game tomorrow and it'd still keep on chugging. None of us in this community are important enough to kill the game if we quit, and 4 major creators over the last year and a half does not a crisis make. It's sad, for sure. Sergeant Fidget, Hydro, and Slushy were all great positive creators who had a positive impact on this community and the scene itself. I'm sad to see each of them go, and I think it'll feel a slight more empty without them, but until I see quitting videos coming out in droves, I'm not going to hold my breath that this game is going to die anytime soon. Are there major things behavior needs to focus on? Sure. That's why I make the videos I do, to bring attention to the things I feel need to be changed, or at least discussed. What I want is for the game to improve, but we cannot pretend that there's some kind of crisis going on. And by the way, this kind of shit happens like every mid-chapter. The game is dying and isn't fun anymore. Conversations happen anytime content is slow. Don't fall for it. I think this is actually one of the bigger problems, where people are just kind of finding things in between the content releases to complain about. This is something that happens on a constant rotation, and I'm kind of sick of seeing it. Another thing is that people need to realize is that life just goes on, man. People quit doing things they're doing. It doesn't necessarily mean a bad state for the game, but it also doesn't necessarily mean a good state for the game. It just means that these people are tired of dealing with whatever it is they're dealing with. In any case, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. This is the first scripted video that I'm doing since I have decided to do scripted videos, so I really do hope you guys have been enjoying this. Let me know any criticism you have of like the background music or the editing, as I'm still trying to iron all of this out. And as always, let me know what you think down below. Do you think there's this max exodus of people quitting? Do you think it's that big of a deal? Do you think it's very important? I just want to know your thoughts. And as always, a great big special thank you to my channel members listed on screen now. If you want to find out how to become a channel member today and get awesome perks like seeing videos early, merch discount codes, and more, then please click that join button down below. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one. Did you like the background footage and want to see more? Then head on over to my second channel, The Kaiser VODs, where you can see full gameplay, stream compilations, me reacting to your Dead by Daylight clips, and more. We also have a new short that goes up every single day along with the full games. We'll see you over there. Link is in the description.